In the early 1970s, Bruce Lee was a rising star who had tasted Hollywood but found its doors only half open. Despite his charisma and incredible talent, Hollywood producers saw him as a sidekick, not a leading man. Frustrated by limited opportunities and roles that didn't match his vision, Bruce made a bold decision: to return to his roots in Hong Kong. What he didn't know was that in Hong Kong, he had already become a legend. His appearances in the TV show The Green Hornet, where he played Kato, had made him a cult hero. The show was known locally as The Kato Show, and audiences were captivated by his speed, presence, and revolutionary martial arts style. So when Bruce Lee returned to Hong Kong in 1971, he wasn't a struggling actor. He was a superstar in waiting. Lee signed a contract with Golden Harvest, a then up-and-coming film studio that was willing to give him full creative control, something Hollywood never offered. His first film upon returning was The Big Boss, 1971. Shot in Thailand on a modest budget, the film was gritty, raw, and electric. And Bruce Lee? He was magnetic. Audiences had never seen martial arts like that before: fast, explosive, real. The Big Boss was a massive box office hit, shattering records across Asia. Next came Fist of Fury, 1972, where Bruce played a student avenging his master's death. The film struck a deep chord with Chinese audiences, symbolizing resistance against oppression. Once again, Bruce delivered not just action, but emotion, defiance, and pride. By the time Way of the Dragon, also 1972, was released, written, directed by, and starring Bruce Lee, he had proven he wasn't just a martial artist. He was a visionary filmmaker. The film famously features the legendary showdown between Bruce and Chuck Norris inside the Colosseum in Rome, a scene now etched into cinematic history. Bruce Lee's return to Hong Kong didn't just reignite his career, it transformed global cinema. He became the first Asian actor to break through the international market as a leading man, inspiring generations across continents. And with his final masterpiece, Enter the Dragon, 1973, a Hollywood-Hong Kong co-production, Bruce finally bridged the gap between East and West. Tragically, he passed away just days before its release. But his return to Hong Kong's cinema was more than a career move, it was a revolution. Bruce Lee redefined action films, martial arts, and Asian identity in film. In just a few short years, he created a legacy that still burns bright decades later. After the runaway success of The Big Boss, Bruce Lee wasn't just famous, he was a phenomenon. In the streets of Hong Kong, crowds gathered to get a glimpse of him. Children mimicked his moves, fans shouted his name, and his face was everywhere, from posters to newspapers to merchandise. But Bruce wasn't content with fame. He wanted meaningful control over his art. Unlike Hollywood, which viewed martial arts as novelty, Bruce treated it as a way of life.